G'day everyone! Hello, welcome to today's YouTube video. I've set this up really differently today. In fact, I've never actually done this before. What a time to start, just before I go. I'm filming one camera over there and then one camera right there, just above my head, so that I can give you a real-time, I guess it's like a live streaming kind of setup, except you can see my face. Multicam, let's call it that. I'm just packing. I'm packing my little travel essentials for my holiday. And I thought I'd do that with you because it's always a good excuse to chat about some supplies. I'm not really taking that much, if I'm honest. I'm just gonna put some random things in this pencil case. It's a Muji, a little see-through pencil case, which is kind of good because I can see what I'm grabbing as I go to grab it. I don't really want to put any scissors in there because this comes with me on my carry-on, and I lost my good little scissors last time doing that, so no scissors in there. But we will get some pencils and some watercolors. Does this fit? Did I take this last time? I think I did. Maybe I just didn't have it in here. Yeah, I can not obviously I don't think I put that in there last time. Let me see. I might have to keep that separate. This is my watercolor palette. I just refreshed this palette. So these are some new, well, not new, but it's a new setup of colors that I'm going to use. And I just want to take that with me because my mum likes to use watercolors. I like to use watercolors. My mum's on the trip. We're going to Disney World for a couple of days, which I probably won't do anything there, let's be real. And then on a Disney cruise for a week, which is where I plan to do some of my journaling. I'm not really planning on doing a ton, like it's just having a journal to have it, just in case I want to, dropping everything, just in case I want to do some things, draw and document, etc, etc. I do want to take a travel brush just because they're easy, and if I take two, my mum can have one. What does she want? I usually like to take these two. Just because they're the oldest, I feel the most attached to them, even though I have newer, nicer ones. Sorry to those new supplies. I just did this as well, this pencil case with these pencils. I kind of want to take all the pencils, to be honest, but it's probably too much. Let me pop those into there, because I'm going to take those. Let's just see if all of them fit. They're not going to. I really don't want to be taking more than this because this pencil case is the perfect amount of space. It's kind of the perfect size that, like for travel, I really don't think I need anything more than this for travel, where I don't intend on doing a bunch. No, there's absolutely no way. It's going to be all pencils. Don't need that. Okay, so we have to be a bit selective about this then. Do I want my ruler? I don't think I want my ruler. The little setup I had for Paris was in this as well, Paris and London. And I didn't end up needing more than I had there too. I think I might have even had just the perfect amount. So I should probably just get that journal out and see what I packed, because I was clever and I actually documented it right there. Let's see what this has at the front. Oh, I had a little primary palette. I didn't even take a whole watercolor palette. That's interesting. Well, I will be taking that big palette. That's why I managed to fit it all in the pencil case. I took a sharpener, so I will take that. Take my little square one. And I took how many pencils? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because that was a double. So I reckon if I choose 15 pencils, we can get away with that. Let's just go for it. I'm going to pick the colors that speak to me kind of at random. Let's pop them all here. This is exactly what I did because I just refreshed this color palette as well. And now I'm whittling it down to my top 15, I guess. This stands out. Oh, I love the mustards. This stands out. I love these hot pink colors, blues and greens because we're in the Caribbean. Red, I love red. Purples. I love a good purple. These are good colors. Oh, I love that deep yellow. This is pretty. Oh no, maybe this one. This rich blue. Prussian blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oof, one more. I'll choose this because it's close to my skin tone. Oh, I like coral as well, and I do like this. Okay, maybe that's it. And this. Can't help myself. And the rainbow one, just in case. Oliver, please get off. No, the cat's going to get up here. Move. No, move. Don't. Off. Off. Do not. He's going to go right behind. If he knocks that camera, he's such a nightmare. All right, is this good? I think this is good. Do I want this purple? I think I want this. No, that's close to that. All right, let's just do it. I'm so not... I want that one too. I'm not supposed to get caught up in it. You'd think I'd be so familiar with all this stuff by now, but I could just do it with my eyes closed. But my preferences change all the time. Oh, another one jumped out. So that's probably too many pencils, but put them in there for now. Sharpener's got to go in there. Now I need some actual pencils. I love a good mechanical pencil. Oh, I'll put a blending stump in there as well, just a little one. Mechanical pencil. I'm going to put a couple of Palomino. I'll put one Palomino Blackwing and one Dixon Ticonderoga. Do I have a... Oh, that Blackwing just fits. Good. A couple of those. I need an eraser. Love good eraser. I'll put my Pilot Color in. No, do I want that? I don't want that. A white gel pen. Put that one in there. I'm gonna tissue. I'm gonna sneeze. Already did it. There you go. I'm gonna sneeze again. Can't be helped. Ballpoint pen. This is a Hobonichi, the one they give you free with purchase. Do I want this multicolor pen as well? Maybe I do. Let me put that in there. And then... Oh, I loved these. I got these in Art Snacks, so maybe I'll put those in there. Just a few of these markers. Cute. I wouldn't mind like a red, yellow, blue marker, just because it's kind of like... Oh, red, yellow, black. Mickey Mouse. What if I just use this red one? Put the Ecoline in there. There you go. And a black marker. Do I have one of those? I think I would. Oh, let's go for a brush marker. That brush pen is good? Or do I want a thicker one? Or do I just want my good old faithful... That one's kind of empty. Where on earth did it go? I had another... Oh, what are these called? Pigment brush pens. The Pentel. What's this? Crayola washable. Don't want that one. Well, that's irritating because I don't know where that went. The other one. I've got so many boxes of things over here. Little barrels of pens and markers that I need to sort out. I don't need to sort them out, but I would like to refresh them. This one's a bit of a thicker brush pen. I could put both of them in there. I don't want to take this if it's almost empty. That's just a waste of space. What about this extra fine brush pen? This one, Pigma. Fine. Bold. I know I have an extra fine one in here somewhere. There, EFB, Unipin. That looks good. Well, I think that should be good. It's not going to close if I put too much more in. In fact, it's actually not going to close now. So, do I get rid of this or what do I get rid of? I need the sharpener because how am I going to sharpen my pencils? I think the sharpener is the issue. If I took the sharpener out, everything would be fine. Should I just ditch that sharpener? I don't want to take another one that doesn't have a catcher for it, because then I'm just sharpening with shavings everywhere. Fit. That's so frustrating. It fit last time. I think I've definitely got too much stuff in here. Last time I took a refill for my mechanical pencils, which I don't need. See, I can make it fit, but it's just going to be a nightmare, isn't it, if I do that? What if I get rid of this multi-pen? Because I can always put my other pen in my document wallet or like have it out with my journal. It's too much. I think there might be too many pencils in there. Oh. What do I not need? I really want those. I guess I don't need 2 of these brush pens. Let's get rid of the thinner one because I have this fine brush pen now. I want all of this. Put it all back in there. I might not need a white gel pen. I'm not quite sure. That'll do. There you go. It's just gonna have to be a little squishy like that. I don't love it that way, but that's gonna have to be what it is. This is a washi roll holder. Excuse me, my nose is a little runny from my sneezing fit. I had that from my Sky Bambi Stationery companion. Just gonna put some washi in there. I've got Disney stuff. But I also had my Virtual Voyage icons. Like I've got the little anchor guy, which I think is cute. Anku. I have these, which always reminded me of... I did one, the Virtual Voyage bento box. This one, these look like ship flags. So I'll put that in there. I kind of want it Disney or travel or nautical. What was the third? Oh, we did this one for Tokyo Go-Go. Might not use that one. This is a Disney one, like no white space stickers. I have a whole bunch of Disney ones from them. This could be an option. Oh, I always love that one. I think I do love just these bright, colorful kind of patterns. Maybe I don't need anything too specific. Black and white's always good, my little black and white bits. These ones are always good too. I like the crayon version. This is looking good. Let me grab, ooh, I have a Mickey Mouse one. That one would work. And I can fit one more. This is like It's a Small World one. The no white space sticker ones are really nice, but sometimes with the foil, the stick is a little less, which is not their fault. That just typically is the way it is, because if the stick is too much, when you unwrap the tape, it will peel the foil off. But sometimes it's not good. Oh, I like that one. When you're trying to actually adhere things to the page. So those are going to be my washi tapes I'll take with me. My mum and I will love those. Do I want this? No, I don't want this size. Okay. So that. I do need to take this as well because my mum loves to do like arts and crafts on the ship, and these are fabric markers, so we can draw all over something. I'm sure we'll find some souvenir to draw all over, and we'll do that by the pool. This is my little packet. I have got this as my journal. It's just a traveler's notebook. I think it's white, which is, I have a lot of cream ones, but this one's white paper. Very smooth, very thin. I don't think it's a thin insert either. I think it's actually the standard ones that the journals come with. So I'm gonna have that. And I'm actually taking my HP Sprocket. I got it working the other day. It wasn't not working, but I just hadn't synced it up to my new phone. And that was always, those are always a bit of a nightmare to try and do again. But this is my Gelatoni case from Tokyo Disney. And I have 4 packets of film that I found. It was all just in here. I rarely use this because it's for travel. And I usually print all my photos at home. But that'll be great. My mum actually has a glue stick and scissors, so if I really needed to, I could just use hers. I don't really need to take glue. or a tape run or anything. That's why I take the washi, because instead of gluing things in, I usually just tape them in. When I get home, I can staple them in or do whatever I need to do. But that, I think, should be enough. Do I want a cover for this? I feel like I should use my cover. I have this one, which is the one that I use for my Paris and London journal. Or, let me go into this drawer and see what's in here. Oh, there's a black one. I got this recently. That has all my photo journals in it, but it's quite blank. I could give it some character, could give it some love. My other journal is brown, and it just has JLB on it. This is the Traveller's Factory Tokyo Station one. This has the Australia journals in it. So I could use this one. Do I want this? I think I want this one though. This is the Traveller's Factory Airport Edition. I think I'm gonna use that one because it's got lots of Disney stamp, what's it called? Patches on it. So it'll team with the Thermophile. Slot that in there. I don't actually like to use the elastics in here. I just use the cover to slot it in and out because it just gets in the way sometimes. This is really stretched out from having that huge chunky journal in there. It's so wild seeing just a little one in there. It doesn't look full enough and the elastic's so loose. I have a bunch of charms as well. These are from Playtest Patreon. Oh, this one's from Playtest Patreon, number 2 from 2019. It's a creative 1-inch circle charm. This is a Traveller's Notebook tag charm. JLB little beads that I got from Will, and these little ruby slippers they got from Will too. Love those. And then the VV6 bento box post charm from Virtual Voyage 6 bento boxes. So when I pack it all together, realistically, like this is just for my mum, so we don't need to put that there. This is the whole kit and caboodle. And what I think I'll do is just trust that that will see me through, I guess. You know, I usually like to put one of these in here as well because these will write over the top of anything. But I just don't have the space. Do I want a gold pen? I love a good gold pen as well. Can I fit a gold pen in there? I was trying to say shove and fit at the same time. That could have ended really badly for my mouth. There we go. I'm going to put a gold pen in there as well. Be glamorous. Okay. I am going to swatch everything out. I'll just do it on this camera actually, and I'll wrap it up there just so you can see everything. But that is everything I plan on taking with me. No pressure to actually, do you know what? I'll put the footage on here and I'll just keep speaking to this camera and I'll fit it to however long I end up speaking for. Let me just stop this for now. Okay. My first time filming on that new phone, so I really don't know how long that's going to go for. Not how long it's going to go for. I don't know what it's going to look like. Hopefully it all worked out pretty well because I do not have time to refilm this. I'm leaving, not tomorrow, the next day. We're going to Animal Kingdom, and then we're going to Epcot, and then we'll be going on the Disney Fantasy, which I'm really excited about because I'm like half excited and half a little not upset. I don't really know the right term for it. I have a very confusing set of emotions that are going on because I worked on this exact ship. This was the one that I got hit by. It wasn't the ship's fault, but I was working on this ship when I got hit by the taxi van in St. Martin, and that's when my whole life changed back in 2015, and like really just took the trajectory of my life and put it in a completely different space. And so I haven't, like when I got hit by that van, I never actually returned to the ship. My cabin, a bunch of the other cast members that I worked with, like put all of my stuff into bags and it got like dumped off at the port, and like that was it. Like that was it for me and the ship. I never saw it again. I never went back to it. And it was only 2 weeks before we were about to finish. So I have this really weird, like open-ended kind of, like I've never really gotten the best closure from that because you know, I thought it was like a miracle that I, you know, was alive and that things could be okay and that I could keep my leg and all that drama. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like I did get some closure, but it's just so weird to kind of go back to the scene of the crime. It's not a crime. it's just going to be weird. I'm having really mixed emotions about it. I am ultimately very excited, and I think it will be a really great thing. But I am allowing myself, just between us squirrel friends, I'm allowing just a little bit of grace for myself to feel a little bit emotional about it, because you never know. Like, things can trigger the most random memories, and I had such an amazing time working on that ship. It's the Disney Fantasy, for anyone who is familiar with Disney Cruise Line. And so I had such a great time working on it, and I have so many incredible memories that, yeah, it never felt wrapped up. It was like, I don't know. So I'm gonna go back. It's totally different working on a ship and being a guest, but it's all gonna be familiar spaces. And especially watching the shows, I think that might get to me a little bit, but obviously I'm going to. Like, I'm not gonna avoid it. I really like the, have you seen Call Me By Your Name? Like, and I believe this long before I saw that movie, but I think it put it so perfectly in that monologue. That, what's his name? Michael Fassbender? Is that his name? I don't know what his name is. But the dad, when he's talking to Elio, says that, I'm gonna really butcher it, but basically, like, don't make yourself, don't try to avoid your feelings, or like to invalidate your feelings so that you end up feeling nothing. Like, it's okay to actually feel sad, and it's okay to experience that and to feel that. And that is very human, and that's very normal. And I really do believe that. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not going to try and distract myself away from feeling whatever I feel. I think it would be actually pretty good for me to kind of return, and I think feeling those feelings and actually letting them, sit with me, not ruin my holiday, but if I need to take 20 minutes to go and look out over the balcony in the ocean and just ponder my thoughts, I think that will provide some really nice closure for me, because it is a chapter that just felt very open-ended. And I remember saying in about a million different videos, and as coded as I might have said it a bunch of times, there was always this feeling that when I got hit by that car, that everything just went pause, and like my whole life was just on pause, and I was just waiting for it to press play again. And it didn't. Life went on anyway. I was still doing things. I ended up being a part of my journey here on JLB Creative, doing my YouTube, doing my art journaling, fully moving on for years and years and years and years. And as much as I tried to go back to dancing, because that's what that really represents to me, is when I was a dancer and when I worked on those contracts, it took 7 years to get back to that. And then it happened last Christmas, but now I'm in another period again where I currently don't have any dance jobs, and there's nothing lined up, and there's nothing in the foreseeable future, and it seems like it's finished again. So I'm in a really vulnerable place, but it's kind of like exciting for some of the closure, but I also anticipating some of how it's going to feel. I know this probably sounds really dramatic, but I just trying to be as honest as I can be about the whole experience. And maybe it isn't what you were expecting to see putting together my travel journal kit. But the thing about the journaling is, like, that is something that really helped me through that really difficult time when I was waiting for my life to unpause, and when I was trying to, understand and accept and deal with what it was to when I used to be that person that was dancing and that was on cruise ships and that used to travel everywhere and have a great time dancing and had no cares in the world, and then transitioning into this lifestyle that was a lot harder for me to understand and a lot harder for me to accept, and had a lot more adult responsibilities I was never used to. And I really felt like I struggled with a lot of it, and I processed a lot of it through journaling. So to have the journal with me, it's not like I just anticipate taking all this stuff and leaving it in my bag just in case. I really do enjoy getting it out when I get it out. And there's a lot of time on a cruise ship to just be, kind of relaxed and sitting somewhere with a journal. But I also, like, I wasn't an art journaler when I was on that ship too. So that, I feel like, is going to be a nice little, new memory that I can kind of create. Steve and I sometimes talk about, if we have an opportunity to rewrite the past, that, like, obviously you'll never forget things that happened in the past, but if you get a chance to step back into it and you feel like there might be some of those difficult things to deal with, that we should make efforts to create a new memory that is more resonant than the ones that you're thinking about before. So I feel like taking me as an art journaler on there and doing it with my mum and collecting all of our little bits and pieces, and and kind of bouncing around the ship that way as a guest this time, because that's a whole different experience. I feel like it's going to be a much healthier and nicer way for me to remember that ship. Because as much as I remember how wonderful the cast was and how much fun I had doing it all, there is still a very resonant, very overpowering memory of the end of it. Like it's just burnt into my skull, like the end of that contract and how it shifted everything. So it might be nice just to kind of teach my brain a little bit, to focus on something a little bit different. I found this with Japan as well, like through the earthquake in 2011 and through all the PTSD that I struggled with afterwards, to go back to Japan. We went back in 2017, then I went back again in 2019. Those were really great ways for me to revise or like kind of create new memories that really stepped my memory, like that neural pathway, right? Like I heard it described somewhere, when you walk down a path and you see a well-worn path because people have all just decided that's the way they're going to go. And, 3 people go down, the grass gets a little trampled. 25 people go down, the grass starts to get beat up. 1,000 people have walked through it. Suddenly it's just mud and it is a trail. People are going through that. Somewhere, some scientist or someone said that someone important. I don't do science. I'm like butchering this too, but they said that your brain has these neural pathways that, and especially if you have like a traumatic response to something, that it can often mean that when your brain, like when I used to experience earthquakes before 2011, I thought it was kind of fun and it was kind of like, oh, it's like a little ride that the earth is doing. But then afterwards, after that experience in 2011, that neural pathway went straight to like absolute catastrophe, fear and chaos and end of days type thinking. Like it went so crazy that way. And then I really struggled to take a different path in my head every time I felt like that was going to happen again. So revisiting Japan and having new experiences years later was a way for me to kind of put the more recent memories in there. And so when I would think about Japan, I'd think, oh yeah, when I just went with Stella, or like, oh yeah, when I just went with Steve. And I would get to visit those memories first before it, tried to go down that pathway that was forged many years beforehand. So maybe that's all just crazy and I'm just word vomiting at this point, but that is something that I'm really hopeful for, that I do get to rewrite some of that and put some fresher, newer memories into my head. And I'm saying all of that because why not? Why not share that with you? But ultimately, this is all the stuff that I'm taking with me. And so whatever journaling I get done will be done with this stuff and whatever I can steal from my mum's set of journaling supplies. She's going to wreck this journal. And she actually did, she filmed a little flip for me in the airport, like a few days into her trip, and she's done a lot. And it's so funny because she's not using the Wreck This journal as the journal. She's using it as a journal. She's not actually doing any of the prompts. She's just stuffing her stuff over the top of it. And she's done a lot in there so far, and she's collected a lot of ephemera. So, yeah, she knows what she's doing, and it should be a great time. Other than that, hopefully I'll get some footage of doing it. This is not a work trip for me. This is purely fun, but obviously in the past I do vlog throughout my trips, and I like to share that experience with you and also on social media as well. So hopefully there'll be stuff to see. It's a cruise ship, so honestly probably not much because I don't really anticipate paying for the Wi-Fi. And only when we're in US ports would I have US cell service, so I might be MIA for a little bit, but whatever I can share, hopefully you enjoy seeing that, and I'll tell you all about it when I get home. By the time you see this, it will be, I don't know what it'll be. I think you'll see this on Friday. I might not even be on the ship just yet. Going on Saturday. Anyway, I won't be in town. I won't be in Southern California anymore, that's for sure. I'll wrap all of this up. I gotta go and sort out my suitcases and everything. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.